it's like a rock concert, then you guys were equally as popular to me as what Michael Jackson was on my wall. So yeah,
Oh my gosh, wow. That's
it's amazing to think.
incredible. Hi, Jackie. It's Jackie from
Hi.
Queensland. How are you? Good, good. Okay, my first question is to you. Why did you want to come on the podcast?
I absolutely love that you are speaking about this again, because there was quite a few years where it was still kind of embarrassing to say, "Oh, I used to love this in my teenage years."
Yes.
And between I've been following Bevan and then following you, and then you started getting more and more. Um, so I'm like, "Yep, okay, I really, really would like to do this."
Fantastic. And I heard you say it was embarrassing. So what do you think was embarrassing about it?
I think because when I was in high school, I had quite a few friends who did like it, but I only really had one or two that really understood the obsession. Um,
Oh,
so most of it was like I wasn't embarrassed to say it, but I was, if that makes sense.
yes.
So I still, every Saturday had to cancel my plans when I was young. Obviously, when I got a bit older, it was just you'd record it. Um, but yeah, it was just, I suppose that stigma is still there a little bit. It's like, oh, yeah.
It's is it daggy to say that you love young talent time? At that time, was it not cool for you?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the awkwardness, but then when you look back on it, it's like that's exactly what everything was then. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, I can't even believe that I'm on here talking to you as a normal person, trying not to fangirl.
Isn't it?
Yep.
So the friends of yours that weren't watching Young Talent Time, were they more sporty or were they not?
I had a
What
I
made
had a
them
very
not be
mixed
Young
bunch of
Talent Time
friends.
fans? I'm
Yeah, I
sorry?
had a very mixed bunch of friends.
Okay.
Some were sporty. I was a little bit, but I wasn't. I was more into the arts. But then early high school was different to later high school. So it all sort of went around in circles. So
So Saturday night for you at home, what did that look like?
VCR ready to go, sitting down right in front of the TV where you're not supposed to be, like on the floor, right in front of, and
I was
just
always on the
in
floor.
awe,
I was, yeah.
pretty
Who are you
much.
with in the room? Who's in the room with you watching Young
Me,
Talent Time?
me.
Just you.
I, yeah, my sister and my mum were always at home most of the time, but it was just in the background for them. It wasn't a family event. The family event was me
Okay.
moving furniture to learn dances and show them.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and
Fantastic.
record it,
Coffee
and
tables up.
I would watch it during the week, and then over and over till the poor old Betamax the tapes were starting to get really, yeah, not great.
Yeah. Okay. Did you collect any memorabilia at all? Did you any
I
records or
did,
anything?
I did, but I've lost it all. I
Oh,
had the only main record that I had was the 15th anniversary with the pink background.
right.
Um, so I'm an 80s Young Talent Time fan. And I've actually still got the 50th anniversary CD that was bought.
Yes.
Very excited
Fantastic.
when that came out. But I did have some cards as a teenager. I did write to you guys and got a couple of
Mm.
things back. But I think as I got older, because it was never ever spoken about and it was over, um, to me, I really regret now that I didn't keep it. But there were so many things that we couldn't keep, and it was just um, I don't know where they've gone, but I know I kept the record, and then that got lost. I think in the 2011 flood that we had up here, because where it
Oh
was stored
no.
went totally underwater.
Oh,
So
how
I
terrible.
totally forgot that all my records were there, and that went in there. So
Mm.
yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
hmm.
Were you able to go to any of our concerts?
Yeah, I went to now, and it was in Brisbane. My mum took me, I think we were about 13 or 14, maybe. Um, my mum took me, and it was in a park in Brisbane, in the city, but I can't remember what the thing was. And it was around the same time as probably that 15th anniversary. It was that same era, where you had the red sparkly crop top and skirt,
Yes,
and
I can see it. Yes, in
yeah,
my mind. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think I even had my
Um,
hair like this. It was up on one side and then the curls on the other.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my neighbours my neighbour used to wear her hair, me on one side and her on the other side, and things like that. But she wasn't a fan like I was.
Yes.
But yeah, it was in Brisbane. Mum took me. It was me and my best friend at the time, and we went right down the front as far as we can, and Mum sat up the back.
Oh, wow.
And I think I even invented a story in my head that to this day, I can't remember whether it's actually real or whether my 13-year-old self invented it to tell my friends it happened, that someone waved from me from the bus, the two of us.
We probably did. We were always at the windows waving at everyone.
Yeah, and I actually, it's really funny when I think about it. When you don't know, I've got a lot of memories of my childhood that I don't know whether I remember them or whether it's the stories that I remember from my mum telling me. So that
Wow.
particular one, I think it could possibly be made up. I really, really wanted it to happen, but yeah,
Yes. Now let's say that it did actually happen. It's better just keep saying that.
yeah, we'll
So
just
how
say
did you feel as a teen, as a young teen up the
oh,
front there? What did that feel like being at that concert?
unbelievable. It was like a rock concert. Like I'd never been to one. Back in those days, you didn't. It's not like now when every 10-year-old and 12-year-old are going to Taylor Swift or they're going to see such and such. We just didn't go to concerts. It wasn't as accessible, all those sorts of things.
Mm.
So it's like a rock concert, and you guys were equally as popular to me as what Michael Jackson was on my wall. So yeah,
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's
it's amazing to think
incredible.
as a teenager. Yeah, yeah, especially young
Yeah.
teenager too. So yeah, it
Yeah.
felt it's like I couldn't believe that I'm here, and that's why Mum really wanted to take us. So yeah,
Yeah. So tell me who your favorite team member was.
Mark,
So that was your
without a doubt.
crush. He was your
But he
crush.
was my crush. Yeah, okay. Well, favorite team member,
Yes.
probably. I was thinking about this last night, and all of you girls, like there was Natalie, yourself, Danny, Vanessa, Katie, probably all equally my favorite. But
Oh,
Danny,
beautiful.
I cut my hair like her once, so you know,
The
I
lady I had
loved
on
all of
before
you.
you said the same thing. She got her hair like Danny.
Yeah, I even had, well, no, sorry. I even showed the hairdresser because I had long hair down to my bum, and I cut it and permed it. So it was supposed to look like the Danny perm,
Wow.
with the bird's
Yes,
fringe,
bird's
that type of
nest.
thing.
Yep.
But do you remember the rat's tails that she used to have?
Yes.
Yep.
You did
I
that
told
too.
her I wanted my rat's tails as long as my hair. Now my hair was down to my bum.
Oh,
They cut them off.
wow.
They cut them off. So they forgot. And I'm such a nice person that I didn't really react. My head was going,
Of course. Of course. I
yeah,
would have been the same. I'm too nice as well. Oh, quietly
yeah.
crying on the inside. Oh.
That was my introduction to the 80s perm.
That reminds me of going to the hairdresser when I was in Young Talent Time and showing her a picture of George Michael's hair, not his haircut, but the foils in his hair. And I had
Yeah,
an
yeah.
article from a magazine and I cut it out and it said something like golden blonde or honey blonde or something
Honey blonde.
highlights. And I said, I want this exact thing. And that's when I started having highlights, and it was because of George Michael. So it
Did you
was
get it with
crazy.
the crochet hook and the cap?
Yes, painful. When they put that
Yeah,
rubber
very.
cap on your head, just pulled out all the bits and
Yeah, yeah.
horrible
I'm an
memories.
ex-hairdresser, so I know. I'm an
Oh,
ex-hairdresser, so I know the pain.
thank God they don't do it that. They do sometimes do it that way. For what reason?
Um, very. I'm not actually sure because I only did hairdressing for about 7 or 8 years, nearly
Okay.
30 years ago. But it's more foils, and I think someone maybe with my short hair might have but
Oh,
they
yes,
very
okay.
rarely do it now.
How did you feel when the show finished? Were you still watching it all the way to the end?
Yeah, absolutely. I loved. Well, when did it finish? 89, wasn't it?
Yeah.
89. Yeah. So I was 17. So definitely, and my mum's in the bedroom behind me, so she really doesn't want to hear this, but we were night clubbing and going out and things like that at that age. So I would still tape it. So that again would have been
Right.
I'm really liking it because obviously some of them are quite young. I loved Courtney and Ricky,
Mm.
but it was nostalgia, I think, by that stage for me as well. But I watched it to the very end, and everybody couldn't believe that they just went, boom, no, no more.
Yeah, it was a
Devastating.
crazy thing, wasn't it? I
Yeah,
was off
yeah,
as well, probably about the same age, working and singing in nightclubs and whatever, and didn't realize that it just stopped, which was quite sad
yeah.
for everybody. Yeah,
Would have been
I
even
wish it
more
hadn't
sad for you
ended.
guys being on it. Yeah,
Well, as I said, I was gone, so I didn't feel the pain of how it ended like that, but I definitely
yeah,
felt for the kids that were still on it, especially the young ones.
hmm
Has just
yeah.
started and moved states to come to Victoria, and just that was really hard. Do you have any Do you have any stories that you want to tell at all?
It's really quite funny because every week I would learn the new dances, and then I would go over and over and over them and just have fun watching them. Um, and I'd move the furniture, and then I'd show Mum the dance, and
Amazing.
she'd have to watch. She wasn't allowed to go anywhere. She'd have to watch, and it's really quite funny because now I'm singing in a all women's a cappella group, and
Wow. Okay.
occasionally I come home and I'm back living with Mum, so she gets a little impromptu because she can't get out to see us. So
Watch me, mum.
me and my yeah me and my daughter sing in the same group, and because there's about 35 women, and yeah, come home and sing to her, and it's
Fantastic.
kind of it's a little bit
Oh,
funny
that's
because that's what I used to do with
beautiful.
the dancers. Yeah,
Yeah. And that's such a
yeah,
skill to be able to learn the dance routines from watching, watching the TV, or you're learning it
yeah.
mirrored kind of thing, which
It
is
definitely
amazing.
helped when my girls were dancing. I used to be able to, if they
Yeah.
had, especially during COVID too, they'd have to learn a few of the routines on video. So I'd be able to bring it. It was something that I could always do. But yeah, so it was, see, Young Talent Time helped me there as well.
Absolutely. Did you ever want to be on the team?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It probably started my love for dance because it was mainly high
Oh,
school that I really liked dancing.
yeah.
And never confident enough to sing. I never thought I was good enough to sing anything, and definitely not confident. I did try and audition for a musical, but it wasn't in enough time. I was very meek and mild and very embarrassed in front of my peers, that type of thing. And so I mainly just danced in all our musicals. But yeah, in another lifetime, I would imagine if we could move down there and go to the Johnny Young Talent School, and yeah, and
Wow.
then when you hear that that's how most of the kids started, it's just like a pipe dream
Yeah.
back then for me.
And for
Um,
me, that's what it was for me too, was just like any other
yeah,
kid wanting to be
I
on
I
that show.
understand a bit. Yeah, I understand more as an adult now what I would have needed to have done as a kid, but I probably wasn't motivated isn't the right word, but oh, no, I struggle with my words. Commitment. I wouldn't have been able to commit to that to get to the be that good. So I'd imagine that I was nearly there, but I couldn't. But yeah, yeah,
I
pipe
think that
dream.
might be an illusion because I don't think a lot of us were at a really high level to join. I think John saw potential
Hmm.
in the kids that came through, because I've asked him this before and said, "How do you know which child is going to be okay to deal with the pressure, to deal with recording in a recording studio, singing,
Mm,
dancing on stage in front of thousands, in a television studio? How do you know they're not the child that's going to freeze up and go, oh, everyone's watching me?" And he just said he just had a thing for seeing the
hmm
potential in each child, even if they weren't, you know, amazing singers or dancers. It was just the whole package, I think,
yeah,
what everyone came with.
I guess that's the
Um,
same with when they choose actors now, and the child actors, they know the ones that can cope with that and that can take direction. Yeah.
Absolutely. And taking direction is, yeah, real so
Mm.
important. Yeah. How do you feel now? How does it make you feel now talking about that time?
Makes me feel really, really happy because it's brought
Yeah.
together a whole community of people that I didn't really think existed.
Yes.
Forget that they
Good
existed. It's
point.
been so many years. And then when when the 50th anniversary one come up, and then they all started talking about it, and then you've got you guys, and then now this. So yeah, all the people you see that I thought I was a diehard fan, and then you see the people that are just have been that their whole lives. And so I've gone back on YouTube and I've watched a whole heap of episodes, which is just, I even
Wow.
put my kids through it, at one stage and went, see, this is what your mother used to watch. Look at this. And they just
Yes.
roll their eyes as late teenagers. I'm
Yes.
like, oh my Lord.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing that it brings everyone happiness. No one
Yeah,
ever says, oh, it was a terrible time. And I think it was like the
no,
80s. For me, I can only talk about the 80s because I wasn't in the show in the 70s. And the originals, I have so much respect for the original cast in the 70s that began the whole process. But in the 80s, it's fun, colourful, the music, the hairstyles. We couldn't get our fringes high enough. We call them bangs now, but couldn't get our bird nest high enough up the top here.
yeah, you just did
Crazy
this.
times. Yes, yes. Well, Jackie, parting words for anyone else that wants to come onto the podcast. What can you say to someone else that's thinking about coming on?
Just do it. I was extremely nervous thinking that I would muck up or fumble my words, which I do in life. But yeah, just be yourself and have a chat.
Absolutely. It's lots of fun. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much, Lorena.
Thanks, Jackie. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
Now, if you want to be on the show too, you know I would love that because this podcast is nothing without you, the true fans of YTT. So if you're interested, check out the link below and sign up, and you and I will be chatting real soon. Until we see you next time, don't forget, keep smiling.